Welcome to our series on difference makers. I'm Darek Hahn, President and CEO of Velocity. We're an IT managed service provider that focuses on IT leadership, and right now we're really focused on community leadership, and that's what this series is all about. I'm excited to introduce Dr. Sylvia Marcos, a friend of mine, who's going to talk a little about what the reality is for her and what she does today.
Thanks, sir. That's a great introduction. As you said, we're friends. I actually met you through your wife, Anne, who we went to medical school together. So that's the connection there. I am the daughter of Portuguese immigrants who became a trained physician in the United States, and I'm now practicing in my hometown of Toronto, Canada, even during these crazy times. And the reality is, as a doctor who works in the emergency department, we don't know what's going to come through the door. And one of the many things that we see coming through the door are a lot of people with foot problems, especially homeless people. So we thought that that would be something that we'd be able to perhaps see and address and help out with.
So it's neat. You've been able to take what goes on in your daily life and create something that you can have some passion about outside the daily life. So tell me a little bit about the Socks for Soul. I know the name of it. Tell me a little about that.
So Socks for Souls Canada is a exclusively volunteer-run nonprofit organization whose mission is to promote health, comfort, and mobility by providing homeless people with clean socks. A couple years ago, some friends and I were having dinner on a Friday night, and it was an extremely cold night, and we were bantering around some ideas about what we could do to help those in our community who are less fortunate. And somebody on the drive-in had listened to a radio program that had mentioned that socks were the most needed but least donated item of clothing to homeless people. So we thought, okay, between the group of us, we can come up with 1,000 pairs of socks and maybe make a contribution to that. So we emailed our family and friends, as we normally do. And 6 weeks later, we had 35,000 pairs of socks. And we went, whoa, we can actually do something with this. So one thing led to another. We established ourselves as a nationally recognized nonprofit organization. And now we collect and distribute new socks and to homeless people in Toronto. We've expanded to the Greater Toronto area and Southern Ontario, and our goal is to be national.
That's incredible. This is what this whole series is about, is really trying to show people that they can step up in their own little way. I interviewed somebody yesterday that's doing it through fitness and offering people free fitness challenges and things like that online. And just when you're in this kind of crazy state we're in, is how do you step up and take the lead? And I know I've watched you've done this in other areas when you guys were in med school, right?
Yes, some friends and I saw a need with the last remaining Indigenous population in the Caribbean when we were living down there. And we set up a nonprofit organization to help bring food and medical care to that population. So that was sort of my initial foray into this realm. And it's about making a small difference in the community that you're in. And, with homelessness, I cannot fix the homelessness situation. As you know, it's multifaceted. It's not just about providing homes, it's jobs and health and multiple aspects. But if I can help give somebody a little bit of dignity by receiving a new clean pair of socks and help them transition through this era of homelessness, that's something that we can do. That's a small item, but that's something that we can do. Because when you're a kid and they say, what are you going to be when you grow up? Nobody puts up their hand and says, I want to be homeless. Homelessness is a point of transition in life. So, your feet are your primary mode of transportation. They get you to your next meal, they get you to your next job appointment, they get you hopefully to your next job and the next part of your life. And if we can keep good foot health, that's sort of a marker and also one small thing that we can do to sort of help the bigger problem. It's our drop in the bucket.
That's awesome. And I encourage anybody who's got an idea to start working on it. Ask friends, start helping. You'll find a way to make it work.
Exactly.
And before you know it, it'll happen, right?
Exactly. It's just a bunch of friends around a dinner table coming up with an idea and putting it into action. And what you think will be something small can have a ripple effect, and people will want to join your Socks for Souls is a conduit for people's generosity. People donate their time, people donate their money, and that ripple effect happens throughout the community.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Sylvia, for being with us today. And
Thank you for having me,
see you
Derek. It was
soon.
good to see you again.
You too.
Take care.